to push charges on him.
So in situations like this, it's up to the state to pursue charges. So usually we go through.
What? Excuse me? It's up to the state? What are you talking about? Is the state getting abused? Is the state getting choked? Cops discover an evil husband's house of horrors. House of horrors. Horrors. Uh-oh.
911, what's your emergency?
Hey, I'm a bus driver and one of my students just passed me a note that says his mother needs help and that his dad is hurting her.
Okay, do you have an address?
Yeah, they live on, it's the first house when you turn into the neighborhood.
Okay, officers are being dispatched now. Can you stay with the child until law enforcement arrives?
Yeah, so I'm just parked outside the neighborhood. I'll stay here.
This is what the Las
What a good ass bus driver right there.
Cruces Police Department.
Dude, bus drivers normally suck. So that's a normal, like one of my bus drivers, I'd hand him a note. Hey, yo, my dad is like beating the shit out of my mom. It's like, shut up, bitch. Get outside. I have other kids to drop off. Shut up. That's what they'd fucking do to me.
Were informed of on April 23rd, 2021. Just the night before, Veronica had endured 12 hours of what could only be described as a living hell, all because of her abusive boyfriend, Eric Alvarado. At this point, fearing for her and her children's life, the main thing on her mind was to call the police. But Eric had confiscated her phone and refused to let her leave his sight. However, Eric and Veronica's son still had to go to school. This gave Veronica an idea that would save her and her family's life.
Oh. Yo, up in the quality here. Hold up.
Can you explain to me what's going on today?
Last night he was taking me a lot.
He was you?
And so
Wow. Wow.
with the pillows,
Okay.
he picked me up. He got my head against the cabinet, and then he's sleeping on top of here.
Jesus fucking Christ.
And then my kids were screaming and crying, and he said that he was either I die or he's gonna have a shot with you guys.
Veronica is clearly distressed and just thankful that the cops.
Just the fact that she's just casually saying this. Like, I feel like that's the most disturbing part, is how she's just so straight faced. Like, yeah, this happened. Yep. Just what happens normally. Like, wow.
Are here to save her. In fear of her life, she wrote a note behind Eric's back saying that she was in danger and to call 911. She passed this note to her kids in hopes someone from their school would call the police. The note was given to a bus driver who immediately called the Las Cruces Police Department. The cops need to know exactly what happened. Veronica just told them that Eric would have a shootout with the cops if they came, so they know they're dealing with someone either dangerous or delusional.
Dude, thank God they called the cops. This would have ended so poorly if they did not. Holy shit.
Something they would quickly find out.
Were you trying to get away from him, or what happened?
I just started doing whatever he asked me. He would even tell me to follow him to the bathroom when he needed the bathroom. He would make me pick up the seat for him.
Okay.
He said, "Are you gonna let me?" And then I was just like, "Well, neither." And then but I was crying for my mom because he really think I would do that.
He didn't try to get out, and he didn't forcefully try to keep you
I
from
was
leaving or anything like that?
I've tried before and it never works, so I just stayed quietly and I stayed up on the bed. I rolled the bed to try to get away, and he would just pull me closer and hug me.
Okay.
But I didn't have a phone to call you guys, so I just
What happened to your phone?
He has it. He always takes it because he knows that I'm gonna call the cops.
Okay, so the marks on your face, is that from him, or?
Mm-hmm.
Is that from him? Okay.
Oh! Oh my God.
Listen to exactly what Veronica is saying. It's obvious that this isn't just a one-time thing. She's using phrases like, "I've tried before and it never works," implying that she'd almost given up trying to escape him. This is known as learned helplessness, a condition where an abused person starts to believe that they're powerless to save themselves because of the repeated abuse and perceived lack of control.
Yup.
Unfortunately, it's more common than you might think. On average,
That's why there's so many relationships like this that go silent and no one does anything about it.
it takes 7 tries for a victim to escape their abuser, and every single one of these failed attempts would start to make them feel more and more powerless, as though control of their life is slowly slipping away. Given that Veronica has a 5-year-old son with Eric, the abuse might have been going on for years, with her essentially resigning her fate to his violence and manipulation. If that's the case, then her son's actions should be even more celebrated, finally freeing his own mother from a relentless cycle of abuse.
Can you explain to me what happened first yesterday?
We were arguing. He was just more frustrated because he was yelling at the kids and then started to get upset with me. He got upset because I didn't cook, grabbed himself something to eat, and he told me to hook up bitch and give it to him, but it's because I had the baby in the bed and laid it down. She was getting upset every time I walked out.
Okay.
And then so I came in here all mad talking shit, and I was right there by the microwave and I slammed it to close it because he had his food in there. I was gonna heat it up, and he told me to shut up, and then he got up and pulled me from my hair and pushed my head toward the cabinet in my head, like went like that, and it's like swole away right here. Went like that, and my eyebrow hit right here.
Veronica continued to tell the officer about that night's abuse, how he choked her, threw her around, and grabbed hold of her so hard
She even lowered her voice when she said it. Yeah, like just how she's saying it. Like I said in the beginning, it's just how she says it is so disturbing as well.
that she couldn't force his hand away to save herself.
Yeah, I was holding onto his arm, but he lifted me up because he's so strong. He lifted me up and he slammed me on the counter. My kids were crying at the same time as my oldest son
God, the fact that her kids see all this too.
came out.
What did you feel when he grabbed your neck?
I don't know, like I was like trying to fight to get it off, and then all of a sudden, like my body just started feeling weak.
Feeling weak?
Yeah, and I just I felt like I was underwater and I couldn't breathe when I was.
I mean, I don't even know why you're asking of what it felt like to get choked, you know?
Just trying to calm
I mean, I'm not trying to bash the cop. It's just like,
him down. Like, oh baby, I love you. Please stop. This is not. But I was just because I already know how he is.
Directly after being choked almost to death.
yeah, talk about triggering. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just like, yeah, I know they need evidence. I'm not, but I want to clarify for YouTube comments. I'm not bashing the cop here. I know it's what he needs to do, but it's just like, it's just rough having her like, hey, how exactly did it feel to get choked, you know?
Pleading with him and telling him that she loves him. Obviously, it can't be discounted that this was just an act to get him to stop. But again, this is a very common reaction. Eric has likely used either love bombing or intermittent reinforcement to manipulate Veronica. Love bombing involves initially showering the victim with affection and attention, forming attachment quickly. And intermittent reinforcement involves quickly alternating
Narcissists, that's how they get you, man. Narcissists and psychopaths, people like that, that's how they manipulate you. You know, they abuse the shit out of you and then, you know, spin this whole love bomb, a sappy thing to get you to stay, right? Got to keep them there.
between kindness and cruelty. Both of these create a powerful emotional bond and dependency on the abuser, making it much harder to leave, despite making her feel like this.
Talking about, are you scared or die? And I'm like, yes. He's like, how does it feel? Because you almost died. And I was just like, if it just hurts and painful. He's like, why are you scared to die? Like, and then I said, because my kids.
But the last little piece of information the cops get might just be the most important one, and unravel why tonight's abuse got so out of hand.
From PTSD, depression.
And he hasn't took his medication either.
Bipolar depression and...
Yes, it takes so much help. He has anxiety, bipolar.
Yeah. So the only thing that set him off was the whole him not having food ready and all that?
No, it was the kids. He was yelling at my son.
Okay.
And that if anything gets him upset, he gets really upset.
Apparently, Eric suffers from PTSD, depression, anxiety, and bipolar. He's supposed to take a litany of meds to keep him stable, but that night, he hadn't taken any of them. Of course,
that is a bad recipe.
This isn't an excuse for his behavior, nor is
Thank you for saying that. Thank you. I appreciate you saying
it to be
that.
assumed that many bipolar people would ever act in this manner, but it could be a possible explanation for the severe and continued abuse.
How long have you been with him?
On and off for 7 years.
Oh
There's a
my
time when he sent me to the
God.
hospital, but I didn't press charge.
So you never.
Wow, 7 years of this.
Because he always calls and he's just like, I'm sorry.
Oh my God, dude, he probably uses his mental disability as a way to keep her there. He probably uses it to keep her. He probably uses it and he's like, I'm sorry, I have all these mental problems and I don't really mean to do this to you. It's not really me, it's my mental problems. That's so fucked. Oh my God. Ugh.
This is the one. I'm a sick
What a
Has he ever
fucking
been
piece of
charged with
shit.
domestic or anything like that? He has? In Las Cruces or New Mexico?
With his ex-girlfriend.
Okay, but not with you.
Yeah. But a lot of times I drop the charges because I feel bad.
Eric
Oh
is
my
clearly
God.
dangerous and needs to be locked up, but that all depends on if Veronica is going to press charges this time or let herself be manipulated out of it again. But before she can even make that decision, the other cop comes into the room and lets them know that they need EMTs on the scene immediately.
When you were standing up and you started, I don't know if he was making him do himself. Is that normal for him?
Yeah.
He gets like that when he's really upset. And he's not acting in an angry way. He does that, and sometimes like he'll fall on me, and like I can't pick him
Oh,
up.
okay.
So panic attacks are normal for him?
He's been out in all week.
She says he has knives in the drawer, so.
It seems as though Eric has had a panic attack and needs help from a medic. The thing is, the cops can't be sure if this is a genuine reaction or another way to try and
See, that's the problem with these type of people. That's pure manipulation right there. Like that's the problem. It's like they use, which to be fair, like I don't know if all of these mental ailments are even real, right? We don't even know for certain if they're all real or if he's just bullshitting her. Because he could just use that as a manipulation tactic. But yeah, I think this is manipulation right here for sure. Because he's doing the fake seizure. He's going to make her feel bad. Saying like, oh, you made me do this. Calling the cops made me do this. You know, it's your
guilt
fault.
and manipulate Veronica. But either way, they get the fire department on the scene to check him out.
Does he need to go to the hospital, boys?
He's wanting to go.
Oh, he's wanting to go? What do you think?
We're trying to just take a blood pressure, that's about it. His oxygen's good right now, it's at 98%. Heart rate's fine.
Oh, there you go. Heart rate's fine. I don't think your heart rate's fine during a panic attack. Call me crazy. I don't think your heart rate is normal or your blood pressure is normal when you're having a panic attack.
A little elevated at 98. But
What a fucking piece of shit.
Do you take your medications for PTSD and the depression?
No, what?
Do you take medications for it?
Yes.
Are you current on your medications? So we always recommend heading up to the hospital, especially because he has like PTSD, bipolar depression.
Medically, everything seems fine with Eric, but they still decide to take him to the hospital temporarily at his request. In the meantime, Veronica is now curious about the rest of the process and has made a decision on if she's going to press charges.
Please.
He bonds himself out.
Okay.
And he told me that I'm starting to remember a little bit. It's like, I didn't think I'm gonna be that long in fucking jail. I get bonded out real fucking quick.
So I know you.
Oh,
you said
God.
you want a restraining order?
Please, yes.
To work on getting that. Usually
Yes.
it's going to be an emergency restraining order.
Would I be able to press charges on him?
So in situations like this, it's up to the state to pursue charges. So usually we go through.
What? Excuse me? It's up to the state? What are you talking about? Is the state getting abused? Is the state getting choked? What?
No matter if we have charges, we're gonna go through with the charges whether you want to or not.
I shouldn't have first charges when I couldn't even open my eyes.
Emergency restraining orders are common in cases of domestic violence, especially where there's children involved. Courts are often available 24/7 for the filing of these, and in open and shut cases like these, they'll usually get approved on the same day. That means that Eric physically won't be allowed near Veronica, her kids, and likely their home unless he goes through a rigorous legal procedure. But it turns out that might not even matter, as it looks like he's heading straight to jail.
It is going to be a 48 for him. He's going to be cleared already.
As long as he's clear, he should be fine then. It's gonna bring me the ERO.
Hey, can I get a district court judge for the ERO?
Oh, okay. Cool.
From this point, the officer fills out the restraining order and takes care of some other papers.
Straight to jail.
Work and investigation around the house. But the day isn't over for Eric yet. Far from it. He was taken to the hospital, but as the officer figured, he was discharged almost as soon as he got there.
What a bitch.
That meant that it was his turn in the spotlight, and he was handed over to the police, who were going to make sure that he got exactly what he deserved.
Good.
Stand up, face me. Turn around for this officer. Turn around for him, bro. There you go.
Oh, I got a kids, bro.
Dude, shut the fuck up. God, stop whining.
Well, before you
piss yourself.
All right, you're gonna be placed.
Make him piss himself.
Arrest, okay? CID is the one that are gonna tell you the charges. Unfortunately, I don't know them.
What's
but
that?
you are gonna be served a
Emergency restraining order. I would suggest not contacting her, writing her, going to the house, none of that.
As the officer mentioned, the case was handed over to CID, or the Criminal Investigation Division. In even simpler terms, the detectives. Usually a case is passed over the CID if the crimes were particularly severe, or if it requires the specific resources.
Dude, this is, I don't know. Like, I feel like there's so many times where I see like a domestic case or something like this where a lot of times the cops just like look the other way and they're like, nothing we can do about it. You're not dead yet, right? You're not dead, so we can't do anything. I guess I'm surprised that they're actually doing a lot of shit in this. That's great.
Or skills
That's
the CID
awesome.
have. In this case, it's very likely the chronic abuse and psychological manipulation that warranted their intervention. As to truly unpack what happened here, it would require an expert to dig deep and use their skills to figure everything out.
At least he's being calm, glad the cops won't get harmed. What are you worried about the cops? I hope he resists. I hope he resists. And then the cops can use their, they can abuse their power and throw them on the ground. Please, 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 I'm begging, resist.
That's why less than an hour after he was released from the hospital, he was sat face to face with a detective that was about to grill him for his side of the story. Unfortunately, Eric didn't exactly make that easy, and it ended with him back in handcuffs and on his way to a cell.
Eric, Detective Bardo with the Las Cruces Police Department. How you doing? What happened last night? Okay, so you're here for a reason, and I'm here with you for a reason, and that's to get your side of the story. If you're gonna tell me nothing, I'm gonna go ahead and leave and proceed my investigation. So right now, this is your chance.
What am I being charged with?
I'm not there yet, but I'm in an investigation. I'm investigating you.
I don't feel good, man.
Okay.
Cry about it. Cry about it. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna take you back to the holding cell, okay? So,
dude, I love how he's like, please don't say anything because you just get to go back in the cell. I'm fine with that. Go ahead.
the last thing that I need to do was get your side of the story. Since you're not going to give that to me, I'm going to go ahead and charge you with 3 counts of aggravated battery on a household member.
Let's
2
go.
of them be strangulation. The other one's going to be suffocation. Or 2 of them be suffocation. One's going to be strangulation. Battery on a household member, and also deprivation of property to a household member. 3 of the 5 are going to be felonies. Okay.
Let's go.
Felonies? What? Did I do that with?
Oh, why are they felonies? Okay, so he just admits it right there then. He admits it right there.
Felonies.
Why?
Do you want to talk to me about it?
But like, what did I do? What did you say?
I don't know. You were there.
I didn't.
You were there
I didn't
last
do
night.
nothing. I didn't do nothing, bro.
Okay.
I did nothing
Then
for
stay
her.
with that. Stay with that story.
I want to know what the
I'm not going to
felonies
tell you
are.
anything because you don't want to tell me anything.
As it turned out, Eric would only be charged with 2 counts of aggravated battery of a household member,
Oh, come on, should be more.
1 count of battery against a household member, and deprivation of property. And with Eric safely in cuffs and in a holding cell, the police had only one more job to do to put Veronica's mind at ease.
Hello? May I speak to Veronica, please?
In jail. 20 years at least. Come on, please. Don't get released on bail. Don't get released on bail. Come on. Come on.
This is her. Yes.
Okay, just real quick, I wanted to let you know that I'm gonna go ahead and charge Eric. He's gonna have 3 felonies, which is gonna be aggravated battery on a household member. 2 of them are strangulation. One's gonna be strangulation. The other one's gonna be battery on a household member, and the other one's deprivation of property of a household member. So another thing, I'm asking the officer to call a Sky report to CYFD. Because of what he exposed the children to. They'll probably just reach out to you, ask to see the conditions of the house, make sure that they're suitable for the children.
I know because of what happened, but then at the same time, I don't know how to say this. I accept what you're doing, but there won't be any way he can see his kids.
There will be, but it's gotta be.
Dude, there's the manipulation. There's the manipulation. She still feels bad. God damn it. I hate it so much. She still feels bad, dude. God damn it. Maybe if he spends some time in prison, it'll detox her brain. I hope so.
Being in different terms now. The way you guys had it, it obviously didn't work because look what he's exposing the children to.
As of July 2024, Eric Alvarado is still awaiting sentencing and is being held without bond. However, based on his charges and history, it's estimated he'll likely spend up to 8 years behind bars. With intervention
not enough.
And checks by CPS, the children will also receive treatment and care for any trauma or abuse caused by their father, and Veronica will finally be free of the horrific treatment caused by her evil husband. And remember, none of this would have happened if not for what Veronica's 5-year-old son did that morning, being brave and strong enough to reach out to save his mom.
Dude, honestly, that kid literally saved her and her kid's life. Because like I feel like there would be a time where they would die, like 100%. He would kill the whole family. Like I would not put it past him, because what would happen is he would kill the wife and then panic and then kill the kids. That's what would happen. Thank God they actually stopped it from happening.
Changing his whole family's lives in one heartwarming and heroic move.
Actually, a positive ending to that. Hell yeah. A little kid's a hero, yeah. Wow. That was rough, but it had a good ending.
Now it's time to walk away. I hope you enjoyed your stay. Did you laugh or cry or maybe subscribed? I'll thank you either way. You know I will miss you. Hope you return. Tell your friend or your mother to get me more views, please.